So yeah, for the last 2 years, we've spent building out a new kind of platform, basically, for the world of software development. When we started this project, we basically had the grand ambition of creating the world's first social operating system. That was sort of at the time a really big idea. It was something that basically had never been done before, simply because a social network of the size of Facebook didn't exist. I was working at Apple before I came to Facebook, and we were spending a bunch of time collaborating with Facebook around this idea of making the macOS 10 operating system more social, so that we could. I was sort of hot on the idea of giving the power of Facebook to the Apple developers, and as Apple's sort of proven with the iPhone, the world of Apple developers is a very creative bunch and can create things very quickly. And so we were trying to build a bunch of interfaces for these developers to use, and we were running up against like you said, a resistance at Apple to this idea, that social is even something that a personal computer could do. Traditionally, most developer communities, people that write software, the open source movement, all this stuff, most of that stuff happens online through mailing lists and sort of traditional, sort of old school social networking paradigms. And we wanted to make it so that our community was actually a community that didn't just exist online, but it actually existed in person. That's how we built Facebook. Facebook was built around the college campus and connecting the kids that were already there to each other so they could just simply find people in class and stuff like that. And so we wanted to do the same thing with the incredibly creative software developers, which we were beginning to attract. And so what we did was we actually defined the DNA of what we wanted a developer gathering to look like. So we basically just defined an empty event, essentially. We said, we want these events to occur all over the world. Here's what one would likely look like, but we want you to own it. And effectively this caused our community to sort of latch on to becoming a physical community, not just an online one. And to date, now we've had over 100 different developer events in virtually every country you can imagine.